Silly Billy bought his breakfast from a fat old man who baked his eggs and bacon in a big black frying pan. The pan was made of metal. There was once an army tank holding soldiers with their wounds that oozed until they stank. And every time the breakfast man put eggs upon his plate, the yellow yolks stared up as Billy cut them, then he ate. He saw the eggs as bulging boils that burst when they are poked. He tasted tears from someone's fear and made a silly joke. The rest of his day, like all the others, moved along a path filled with visions of somebody's pain-inflicted past. He saw a woman raped by brothers who had left her in the backseat of a Chevy that had honked its horn at him. A chance encounter with a clown once made him scratch his hand from a case of hives, and then he met a mad milkman whose sister swallowed shards of glass inside a sugar rose and died with blood exploding from her mouth and from her nose. He lived alone, side of all the people's pain, isolated from their love, and joy his life retained. Its innocence because he couldn't hear or speak a word, releasing pain as easy as a tree releases bird. And even made him happy in a strange and funny way, reversing misery to joy and agony to play. They called him Silly Billy when they saw his sappy face, but no one knew it came from someone's less than happy fate. Then one day he met a monkey sitting in the rain. The chimp who somehow lost a leg soon make Billy change. The vision that the monkey made when Billy touched his paw was not too different from the ones he all too often saw. A little girl with golden hair, who also had one leg, was sitting by a board the cripples sometimes used to bear. Instead, he realized the monkey, the girl was a pair with their two good legs. The couples made each other strong. But what really blasted Billy was that young girl's song. In his mind, his world had been complete until that simple song released his undiscovered need. With that wistful melody repeating in his brain, Billy hesitated, looking out into the rain. For in spite of things he had seen, a mystery remained. Until the purpose of those other people was explained. But in the aim, until he saw a perfect, a usefulness, Billy vowed to reunite them in the present tense. Set out on their way. But then another question came, and with it was dismay. If life was nothing more than just a vehicle for pain, he could not see why he was free. But that was soon to change. While Billy once had been immune to agony and sorrow, he soon began to feel the dark emotions that he bore. Billy and his new companion traveled everywhere, looking for the little girl with golden curly hair. No longer seeing other beings like he saw the wind. For the first time in his life, the dummy had a friend. Smiling, laughing, playing games, acting that he cared, while knowing melody into the empty air. Yes, for Billy, life was different than it was before. Change was not just knocking, It was breaking down the door. Soon the man-child and the chimp were walking down the street. Oh, when they saw a taxi driver with a piece of meat. As Dilly bumped the driver's shoulder, visions formed inside. Something slowly sliced the pieces till it died. Instead of feeling as he would on any other day, Billy hit the ground face first, weeping all the way. Devastated by the shock of feeling death and pain, Billy began to understand what he had lost and gained. Increasing frequency, more incidents occurred. Dead babies cried from safety pins and memories from birds. Told of chicks that left their nest and fell beneath the feet of cattle that were not concerned with tiny things that tweet. He felt a mother's memory whose child had become blind, and a cancer victim's will to live as it declined. Became so great, they only improved at night. As Billy tried to blind his mind from everything in sight, and the goofy grin that once resided on his face now reflected his infected fall into disgrace. Where sweetness once had radiated from his pores, now his face was covered up with festers, welts, and sores. Around the sores was scar tissue, resembling a pox. It made his face look like some thinly coated clumps of rocks. Surrounding nose were tiny blisters popping constantly. Overall, his face recalled a charbroiled Christmas tree. His life descended sympathetic, only 2 points of light remained unchanged. The monkey and the song were always there, regardless of the pain he felt from someone else's loss or lack of love. And the monkey made him smile while he pursued his goal. Then one day, as Billy helped the monkey from the mud, it wheezed and sneezed and filled the air with tiny drops of blood, with heat projecting from its skin and fluid from its eyes. The monkey barely breathed for 2 more days, and then it died. Sadness soaked in Billy's bones and sorrow in his neck. But nothing had prepared him for the impact that was next. Exploding in a choking scream, his sadness was so strong, it blotted out the memory of Billy's sacred song. Devastated and alone, he crawled beneath a bush, coiled himself into a ball and imitated mush, drifting deep into despair. An opening appeared above and below. It opened up around him everywhere. The hole was like a vacuum cleaner, sucking him into a dark and barren emptiness that clung to him like glue. Losing containment like the raindrops in a hurricane, floating like a limpid flower in a sewer drain. Down and down and down it sucked him till there was nothing left except a tiny handheld mirror and an unwrapped gift. Desperately he ripped it open and found inside the box the monkey's head, which winked and grinned and bit his right leg off. Horrified, he screamed in painful agony and cried. And then the mirror drifted up and stopped before his eyes, causing him to watch as teardrops healed his open sores, while noticing how long his golden hair had grown, before realizing that he looked just like the little girl. And then he drifted back into a cold and lifeless world. A huge white hand reached out above his head as he awoke. It must be God, he thought he saw inside a long white coat. As his eyes moved down to where right leg should have been, he saw a wooden crutch that touched the floor right next to him. The hand moved down and stroked his cheek, and quickly he was filled with memories of melodies that mocked his mind until he saw the golden hair skating down below her waist and realized what he had felt was nothing but a taste. At once, his mind was wild with words that he had never known, defining lines inside the song with lighter liquid tone. He sat straight up and radiated life from deep within the center of his soul, where pain and darkness once had been. Then, like the sunshine in the summer fills the air with birds, Billy stood upon his bed and filled the air with words.
There comes a time when we heed a certain
Comes a time when we must heed the call, and the world must come together as one. There are people dying, and we must give a helping hand to life, the greatest gift of all. We can't go on pretending day by day that somewhere, someone is gonna make a change. No. We have to think about it, what we can do, because love is the answer. Love. We are. Oh, we are the children. We are the ones who make a better day, better day. Ha ha ha! Oh, there's a choice we're making, a choice to make a better day, just you and me. But you know, we have to show them our hearts, show them our hearts, and they'll know we care. And then they'll be strong and free, whoever they are, down there that we talk to somewhere. Because it's like when God turned the stones into bread and showed us the helping hand. Like that, because we are the make a better day for you and me. You and me. You and me. You and me. Yes, yes, you and me. You and me. It's like when you're down and out, and there's no place you can fall. No place at all. No place. So if you bleed, you bleed. You bleed. You can't fall. And we'll come together as one. Because we are the children. We are the ones who make us better. Oh, there's a choice way to make it. To make a better day. So, let's do it. Just you and me. You and me. We are the world. We are that old big world. Going round and round. And we gotta make a better choice. Every day. Every day. Every day. Every day. Yeah! Can you see it? It's right there in front of you. If you just believe, it's a better day. Oh, every day, for you and me. A better day. Yes, gonna be that. Right now, yes, word. You think it's all over? Gonna be a better day for you and me. Me. Yes, me. And you. And me. Right now for you and me. Can't you see it now? Right now. For you